Parliament. He made the remarks during a Kenya Kwanza ODM parliamentary group meeting in Karen in the company of Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga and members of Parliament. The President said there was need to ensure resources going to the counties are used for the benefit of the people.
You know, there are legitimate concerns on how resources are being spent at the counties. There is. We cannot also run away. There is legitimate concern. Let me ask, for example, the latest Sokohuru in the Senate. Because you have to accept, you know, by virtue of the position I hold today, I am a consumer of raw intelligence. I know what's going on. Where does somebody find 150 million? Where? Is that his money? That is money that belongs to the county. Is that correct or not correct? Yes. Let me ask you, members of parliament who are seated here. Do you, for example, know, do you, for example, know that a few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering? Did you get the money? No. So, going forward, si tunataka tukubaliane, si we are one team. Yes, there are people who are destroying the credibility of Parliament. And they are collecting money in the name of Parliament. And some of the time, or most of the time, that money never gets to Parliament, it gets to a few people. We are not going to shame them. We are going to arrest them. Yes.
As expected, Kenya Kwanza leaders and ODM leaders heaped praises on the broad-based government in its first ever broad-based parliamentary group meeting. The parties came together for the first time ever in a one-of-a-kind meeting to take stock of the broad-based union 1 year after its formation. The President, William Ruto, his deputy, Kithure Kindiki, and ODM leader Raila Odinga led a meeting attended by members of parliament from both sides in Karen, solidifying their union ahead of 2027 polls.
So we want a strong UDA party. We want an ODM strong party, so that they can help in governing the country in the correct manner that we all desire. Your Excellency, you have agreed with my party leader on certain issues, the MOUs about the 10-point agenda, compensation of the victims, and other things. Your Excellency, I don't see any reason why anybody in this country will oppose those kind of proposals.
Bipartisan efforts to heavily lift the serious national issues. You've seen them in the 10-point agenda. The fight against corruption, the fight against ethnic bias, the fight against all these vices. Without bipartisan efforts, no single side can be able to ever lift these national issues. So let us not underestimate what the leadership of the UDA through President Ruto, the leadership of ODM through His Excellency Raila Odinga has helped us to achieve as a nation.
You understood that the dark clouds that were gathering over Kenya could have been exciting, but they could also mark the end of Kenya. We decided that it is better to have an imperfect country that is struggling to mend its ways than to have a collapsed one.
I said we have a historic opportunity it is not always that protagonists come together to look at the greater interests of the country. But God has given us this opportunity. And I must commend Baba here, because very few leaders have the courage and the mettle to withstand criticism and stand for the nation. Very few people.
Chief Justice Martha Koome has decried online attacks on judges and magistrates, saying they are aimed at tarnishing the image of judges and the judiciary. Speaking in Mombasa at the 2025 Judges Colloquium Conference, the CJ says the attacks are a calculated move to corrode public confidence in the judiciary. She urged judges and judicial staff to uphold the law. Koome also called on Parliament to pass a bill safeguarding the welfare of retired judges to ensure parity with other African nations. The conference officially kicked off today, bringing together judges and magistrates from across the country.
We have seen with growing concern that some critics have turned to social media not to engage constructively, but to malign and denigrate judges and judicial officers. These social platforms have become conduits for unfounded accusations, half-truths, and outright defamatory allegations intended to sow doubt and delegitimize judicial decisions. Such attacks are not only directed at individual judges, but are calculated to corrode public confidence in our entire system of justice. We have seen with
Rigathi Gachagua will make a procession from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on Thursday, head to the Central Business District, and then make their way to the Kamukunji grounds for a rally. According to the Democracy for Citizens Party DCP Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala, thousands of supporters are expected to join the procession as the party welcomes the former Deputy President home from his trip to the United States. Malala has further alleged that a plot has been engineered to divert Gashagua's plane to either Moi International Airport in Mombasa or Kisumu International Airport to apprehend him.
We are also adequately informed of the mischief and also plans by President William Ruto to have our party leader arrested upon his arrival at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. We are also informed that William Ruto is planning to divert his plane to either Kisumu or Mombasa International Airports to arrest him from there. We have encouraged our members to also plan to receive him in those respective airports. We want to be very particular and candid on this matter. Take notice that any attempt to arrest Honorable His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, once he lands in the country, will be met by our supporters across the country. We have asked our supporters to be on standby. We remember when His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, he implored upon his supporters to remain calm and resort to singing. This time round, the song will be of a different rhythm. Secondly, we have had President William Ruto and his choir dream that he has been invited by President Trump to the United States of America. Mr. Ruto, on your address to the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly, under the theme, Better Together, 80 years and more for peace, development, and human rights. President Ruto, what are you going to address the UNGA looking at this year's theme and the UN principles? Is it about extrajudicial killings, abductions, forced disappearances, rapid support forces of Sudan, corruption, illegal gold trade, or illegal detentions.
The government is set to undertake a countrywide crackdown on second-generation alcohol businesses, targeting licensed manufacturers, retailers, and consumers. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, who is on a tour of Kiambu County, has put on notice rogue business owners engaged in the illicit trade, announcing a 100-day rapid result initiative to rid the county of the menace. The CS noted that the manufacture, sale, and consumption of illicit alcohol and narcotics remains a major national security threat, and directed sub-county security teams to engage local stakeholders to curb the prevalence.
We have been focusing on this county in terms of matters, drug abuse, and drug menace and alcohol abuse in this county. This is one of the top priorities of our focus today in terms of our discussion. As you very well know, when this administration came to office in 2022, one of the things that we put a lot of effort is to make sure that we deal with alcohol, production of adulterated alcohol, illegal brews in the county. And I must say that great progress has been done. Between last year and this year, a lot also has been done, but still a lot more needs to be done. Our greatest focus is in relation to manufacture of second-generation alcohol within the county itself. Manufacture of, generally the manufacture of second-generation alcohol is, we have a problem with licensed manufacturers who are manufacturing the good alcohol, if I may say so, are also involving themselves in adulterating other alcohol. One would have a proper plant where they manufacture alcohol that is certified by KEBS, where KRA can be able to collect revenue, and then they have another satellite smaller factories, especially in informal settlements, where now they manufacture illegal ones.
Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Julius Ogamba, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to expanding access to higher education through reforms and the student-centered funding model. He revealed that to date, 136,000 first-time applicants had received loans from HELB, ensuring no student is left out due to financial constraints. Ogamba further noted that the Kenya Kwanza administration had directed all public universities to review tuition fees downwards, with payable fees now ranging between 5,000 and 75,000 shillings per semester, depending on need and program costs. Ogamba presided over the groundbreaking ceremony for a state-of-the-art learning resource center at Tangaza University. The event also marked the inauguration of the university's School of Applied Sciences and Technology, a milestone in expanding the institution's academic offerings.
Competency-based education system. The first cohort of the competency, and this is at the core of the mission and various subject areas. It is about various subject areas. It is about being holistically transformed or transforming an individual and building his or her capacity to face the challenges and opportunities that modern life presents. The education model has to dwell on character development. It has to dwell on relationships, skills, and knowledge application. This way would make education a transformational journey through which educators and students grasp the weight of guiding principles, discern the role of their conscience, and remain dedicated to consistent character development to discover purpose and meaning in their society, in their nation, and in the world.
Medical students from Kenyatta University have a reason to smile after the medical students from Kenyatta University were finally admitted to the Kenya University Teaching and Referral Hospital after a 5-year standoff. The Senate issued an ultimatum to the university, or to the hospital, pardon me, over a long-standing standoff that has denied them crucial clinical training. In a meeting held at Bunge Towers on Thursday, July 24th, the Senate Committee on Health issued a stand directive to both the university and hospital administrations, giving them until September 2025 to resolve the dilemma that has forced students to seek alternative placements in Kiambu and Thika, despite the facility being just adjacent to the university.
This morning, I oversaw the start of clinical rotations by Kenyatta University students, medical students, from 3rd year, 5th year, and 6th year, starting their clinical rotations here at Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital today. And that is a critical and major milestone for both of these institutions. When this institution was started as a national referral facility, one of its main mandates is to provide teaching services and facilities to our medical schools to provide medical education. We also know that that has not happened between KU and here for the last 5 years. So today we are actually marking a major milestone where we are able to open our doors to KU medical students today.
Tumekuwa tukienda kule Kiambu, hospitali ya Kiambu level 5, na hospitali yenyewe ni mzuri, unapata opportunity ya kuona cases mingi sana, lakini pia venye mwenzangu amesema, kwanza distance si karibu. Unaona kati ya hapa na shule iko tu hapa, lakini sasa lazima logistics za transport, kupata basi ya kuwapeleka kule inakuanga changamoto kidogo. Na pia kule si KU peke yake wanaenda huko, kuna KMTC, kuna Mama Lucy, kuna all these other shule zingine zinaenda huko. Kwa hivyo mnapata mko wengi sana.
Kwa kweli kuna kusumbuka kwa sababu unaangalia kutoka KU mpaka kule Kiambu kuna hustle kubwa, especially sector ya transport, na unapata kuwa pia a lot of time is lost. Kuna muda ambao unapotea hapa katikati, ambapo tunapata kuwa ni ngumu sana ku fully do our clinicals. And considering hospitali hii ya Kenyatta University Referral iko karibu na sisi, inaweza kucompensate sana about the time lost between moving around.
Around 13 years that we've been fighting for this hospital. It's been a lot of work, to the extent 2 years ago we went to the parliament with a petition to gain access, and also to gain access to the hospital itself, and also to regain back this academic block so that we can have our classes, so that we can also clerk patients and access this facility.
A section of ODM members of parliament have condemned the statements from the party leader Raila Odinga calling for the abolition of the National Government Constituency Development Fund and the decentralization of education to county governments. The members of parliament, led by Mvita MP Mohamed Sudi Machele, Kitutu Masaba Member of Parliament, Cleve Ombane, Matuga MP Kasim Sawa, and the NGCDF Chief Executive Officer Yusuf Mbuno, while speaking in Mombasa County during the launching of an education facility, have blamed, let me take that again. Now, during the launch of the classrooms built through the fund at Marycliff School in Chuda area, the members of parliament praised the great steps that the CDF has taken since its establishment, exposing those who claim that the fund only benefits members of parliament. On the other hand, the proposal to decentralize education has been opposed, with the MPs now wanting governors to execute their current responsibilities.
Hii pesa ikitoka Nairobi inakwenda kwa main account ya NGCDF. NGCDF ina transfer pesa kwa PMC, Project Management Committee ya shule. So hakuna hata shilingi moja mbunge anashika hapo. Miaka 40 serikali ilishindwa kujenga shule. Paka mfuko wa NGCDF ilikuja, ndio serikali ikapata nafuu na mashule yakawa wingi, population imekuwa kubwa, na tutaendelea na tutokubali NGCDF iondolewe, wananchi wetu wateseke.
Pesa zikiende kwenye ministry, mimi nakaa kwenye kamati ya elimu pale bungeni. Hakuna vile hii shule yenu itapata hizo hela. Kwa maana zikiwa pale majuma mawili matatu, mmeona yaliyokuwa yakifanyika pale. Hela zinaenda upande mmoja. PS anakaa anatuma hela zote kwenda eneo lake. Ni siku gani mtapata madarasa?
Kama ni baba, ni nani, ni shangazi atakayepinga ajue yeye ataenda NGCDF ifanye nini? Sasa haya mazuri yote tunayoyaona tutaitoa wapi kama itaenda?
Kinyume na imani ya watu kwamba hazina hii inafaidi wajumbe, sivyo. Hazina hii inafaidi ya watoto kama hawa, inafaidi mambo ya usalama. DCC ametuambia anataka hata maafisi ya chifu yajengwe. Hazina hii kienda, maendeleo yote yatapotea. Kwa hivyo tuendelee kuombea hazina hii.
Leadership skills nazo.
All right, now let's talk sports. Joy and excitement filled the Badi Stadium in Jomvu constituency, Mombasa County, following Harambee Stars qualification to the quarterfinals. This is after Stars defeated Zambia's Chipolopolo by 1-0. Jomvu Member of Parliament Badi Twalib, who prepared a fan base for the tournament, has congratulated Stars under coach Ben McCarthy for the victory. At the same time, Badi has asked the national government and the Mombasa County government to devise strategies to boost sports, including completing the Mombasa Stadium.
Sana kuwa tumeweza kujumuika pamoja hapa kwa ndege ya Badi ili kuweza kuangalia mchuano wa Kenya na Zambia. Nachukua fursa hii kuweza kuipongeza timu yetu ya Kenya kwa matokeo mazuri. Mpaka saizi tumeonyesha mchezo wa hali ya juu, na vile vile kupongeza coach McCarthy kwa kuweza kuienua sura ya mpira wa Kenya sasa. Nataka kuchukua fursa hii pia kusema ile support ambayo His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto ameweza kuonyesha katika kwa motivate vijana wetu. Hiyo kuatia motisha imekuwa moja kuwapatia nguvu ili kuweza kutoa matokeo mazuri. Alafu nawaambia sasa, quarter finals kupitia Mheshimiwa Waziri wa County Mohamed Osman na ile bodi yake, tumekubaliana watu wa Jomvu tutafute kiwanja ambao takuwa ni kizuri cha kuweza spectators kukaa. Tukatakuwa wakati ule wa quarter final na big screen katika uwanja ambao tutajaza watu maelfu waangalie mpira kwa big screen hapa ndani ya Jomvu. Hiyo ndio kitu ambao tutafanya.
Ambao hawako na uwezo kwenda Nairobi wameweza kuangalia mpira moja kwa moja kupitia kwa mheshimiwa wetu Badi Twalib, na pia waambie wale wengine tufanye bidii tuhakikishe ya kwamba wale ambao hawana uwezo kwenda Nairobi wanaweza kuleta mashinani hapa. Na sisi kama county tunahakikisha ya kwamba mechi ambayo inakuja quarter final, tunahakikisha ya kwamba kila sub county imeweza kuonyesha mpira.
All right, thank you for watching tonight. I hope you are duly informed. We wrap it up at that point. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Irene Chebiwot. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Good night.